A very good afternoon to you all. Thank you for watching UBC Television. Welcome to the lunchtime news this 6th day of August 2022 with me, Wadulo Mark Arnold. Now to start off with some fresh stories. The Chief Coordinator, Operation Wealth Creation, General Salim Saleh, has challenged coffee farmers in Semuto Village, Nakaseke District, to be strategic, plan well, innovate and make sound decisions if they are to benefit from cooperatives. General Saleh made these remarks during a fact-finding meeting organized by Operation Wealth Creation and Uganda Cooperative Alliance. The meeting was attended by various Ugandan cooperators and aimed at assessing operational capacity of all agro-processing facilities. We have a detailed report.
For us as an agro-processing industries limited, we are going to support Kirema Coffee in 100 million shillings.
Operation Wealth Creation and Uganda Cooperative Alliance's intervention at this meeting is geared towards finding lasting solutions to increase productivity of all cooperatives in Uganda.
If a government implements a project like KAIP, what happens at the end of KAIP? That is where you find that most of these facilities are idle, they are underutilized. And according to the study done by the Ministry of Local Government on the facilities that were given out to the communities, over 40% of these facilities have not been utilized. They are just there, idle.
The meeting focused on capacity building, advocacy on policies, electricity tariffs, agro-processing, governance, risk management, implementation and regulatory framework.
Ogenda okumaliriza nga abeegassi abantu abalina emmwanyi bazitutte eruwero kubanga yewali ssente capital gwe balina tabamala miliyoni 3 tebisobola kumalawo emmwanyi ziriwa era bamaliriza emmwanyi bazitisse bazitutte essemuto bazitutte eruwero kubanga eri wootuukira woofunira.
Farmers urged government to revive the cooperative bank to address the high cost of loans in order to encourage utilization of agro-processing facilities, such as this at Chilema Agro-Processing Coffee Cooperative.
And we think that this niche exists simply because the cost of money from the existing financial sectors has become very high. It's in double digit, and yet for any agricultural sector to operate effectively, at least the single digit to about 6% could be more productive.
The Chief Coordinator, Operation Wealth Creation, General Salim Saleh, promised to boost Chilema Farmers Cooperative with 100 million Ugandan shillings and pledged more support through cooperatives once the resolutions discussed are implemented.
Yes, because the cooperative bank must be owned by the primary groups. Yes. So muchogera just like sir. Because if you are thinking about the cooperative bank, the biggest contribution now is the 1.1 trillion is against the parish. Because of the silver parish, they never owning a cooperative bank.
Government, through the Community Agriculture Infrastructure Program, KAIP, in 2016, set up 270 agro-processing facilities across the country to boost sector productivity and profitability. Unfortunately, all the facilities are operating at 40% of their capacity and below due to the high cost of doing business. Wadulo Mark Arnold, Haruna Mutesa Sera, UBC News. Now also the Vice President, who is also the woman MP for Katakwi District, Jessica Alupo, has handed over 60 hospital beds to Katakwi District. The Vice President described this intervention as part of government's initiative to continuously facilitate and improve the health sector.
Is really for me on behalf of government to hand over the 60 beds to you in the team. But secondly, also to guide on how you are going to allocate them to health facilities. More often than not, we ignore those health centers in some sub-counties and we keep on concentrating on some key ones. But the idea of NRM is that health should be accessible and all equipment and medical drugs should be accessed by all the grassroots people. So being a district with 3 counties, I would like to guide as follows. 20 hospital beds or health center beds, or beds for the sick should be allocated to Toroma County, 20 Ngaliam County, and 20 Usu County. And I have already spoken to the members of parliament for purposes of transporting them. The Honorable Member of Usu can manage to transport. Then for you just go and get the delivery note, because I was also asked that the only thing they want is delivery notes. The Honorable Kolu will also come and transport the ones of Toroma County and then get the delivery notes. For Ngaliam County here, I don't see the MP. I will give that responsibility to the RDC. You give me the delivery notes for Ngaliam County here. But the idea is that take interest in all health facilities. It is the responsibility of government to ensure that there is space for these beds in every health facility. But there is no harm if the bed arrives in the health facility first. The unit will, in their own discretion, find a suitable space for that bed.
In other news, Mbale district leadership has received more relief to support locals affected by floods in the area. The new consignment, including chlorine for treating water, is expected to relieve most of the affected persons.
Mbale city leadership has received another consignment of non-food relief items to support the people who are affected by the floods in Mbale district that killed over 20 people. Among the non-food relief items received at the city regional block include hand-washing facilities, taplings, reusable sanitary pads and other items used to clean houses.
We have got 80 taplings, we have got 200 jerrycans, we have got chlorine, 220 box packets. Then we have got chlorine tubs for mixing of this dirty water so that they can get safe water, 133 boxes. We have got sanitizer, 4 big boxes. We have got brushes for cleaning, 50 pieces. We have got sanitary pads, 80 boxes. We have got liquid soap, 25 boxes. And we have got, they call it Ramonso, 1 box for Mbale Hospital, which we have already sent. And as Mbale stay, we are very happy. We have received these things for our people who really suffered in this disaster. And we are very thankful. They have given us this help. And as well, we wish for other an organization who are really in support, they can support us, because we really need, we still need the push.
All these items have been supplied by UNICEF, and distribution will start tomorrow on Sunday, once the verification exercise for those who are supposed to benefit from this consignment is complete. Ivan Kahwa, UBC News in Mbale City.
Well, our hearts are with you, Mbale. Please do not despair. In other news, high institutions of learning have been advised to embrace new technologies as a mechanism of enhancing quality education to learners. This follows recognition of the International University in Uganda, IUIU, as best consumer's choice among other private universities for its unique innovations. More details in this report.
Countries invest in technology for development. African countries have also picked on the trend to boost economic development in their countries. In a survey conducted by Consumer Guide magazine, results indicate that most institutions in Uganda adopted technology and innovation, which they think will help in the development of the country.
All our operations and practices are going to be digitized. Internationalization, meaning linking with all our international partners. Quality education is going to continue being our major focus. That means quality teaching, quality exams. Innovations, meaning we need to work with companies using our researchers to make sure that we get products in the community. And lastly, IUIU is now a science, technology and innovation center. So we want to thank the government of Uganda, I want to thank other governments, but mostly I want to thank my colleagues and staff.
Professor Ismail Simba Jagenda, whose university emerged Consumers' Choice, attributes their success to committed and hard work.
So all these linkages with international partners and others that are giving us scholarships have made IUIU a very strong university, and now this award is really a testimony to the hard work of those before me. I'm just a new rector. Dr. Kausa Sengido served here most of his life, which means he has a lot to be thanked for, and others, including the first rector, Honorable Abubakar Mayanja, Honorable Keke, Honorable Moses Sali, Honorable Moses Chigongo. All of them helped to start this university and help us. Many of them continue to guide us.
However, he cautions learners against indiscipline, which leads to failure.
We recently received the award of the Best Choice Award for the university. I want to thank my staff for helping us to get this award, which really is a recognition that at IUIU we build both skills and character. So I think the justification for this award was that the people know that when they send their student or their child to IUIU, they are going to get both skills, but also their attitude and character is going to be emphasized in our program.
Furthermore, the government of Uganda is holistically focusing on resource-led industrialization for export-led growth. In Namamva Industrial Park, 71 industries are currently operational, employing 30,000 Ugandans, with a total of 146 projects having commenced construction.
Eager to attract foreign direct investment, but with the processes driven by commission agents seeking the next paycheck, they become a stillbirth, leading to litigation, which results into waste of taxpayer funds. The aspiration is to increase the industrial sector's contribution to GDP to 31%, up from the current 27.4%, the share of the labor force in industry to 26%, and the manufactured exports as a percentage of total exports to 50% by 2040.
One of the biggest challenges that I think is happened in any third world is corruption. If we can contain that corruption issues, and I think it will really help the nation and give confidence to the investor, because corruption is a cost that you and I can never calculate. I don't know what is that, 10%, 20%, I don't know. All right, so it depends on who you met or who you meet up, and they say, okay, I want 10%. Some of them may say I want 60%. So it's very difficult. So if you can contain that. I come from Singapore, all right? And Singapore during about 50 years' time, all right? Our GDP is lower than
Uganda's Vision 2040 states that a strong and competitive industrial base is important to create employment, advanced technology, and a resilient economy. Generation Bottling Company, the low-income earner, is put into consideration.
Is that people are being deprived of good quality water, and that's why we are here setting up these premises, this factory, to make sure that all Ugandans are able to access to good quality, world-class water at affordable price. All right, right now we are trying to keep into the market of all our 550 ml, or at 500 shilling only in the market. All right, despite of the fuel going up and all that, we are trying to do measures so that we can keep the price, and at the same time that everybody can enjoy good quality water.
In 2019, the government amended the Investment Code Act, which repealed the 1991 law detailing changes in approach to attracting investment and dealing with potential investors by strengthening the Uganda Investment Authority as a one-stop investment center.
I guess with the help of Uganda Investment Authority that has been inviting all the different sector of investors to come to Uganda. And one of the privilege is that they have given us 5 years tax-free in terms of the income tax. All right, and it really helped us. And also a deferred tax on our machineries and our raw material that comes into the country. That really helped us, at the initial stage of setting up. And I believe with all the industrial different sectors coming out, people will be employed. You know, one of the biggest problem in Uganda is unemployment. All right, people graduate and they couldn't find a job. So like a factory like us, we can employ to 200 to 300 people at a go.
Sandra Kahunde, UBC News.
In other news, the Jalsa Salana convention organized in the United Kingdom, Hadi Katal Mahad Green Street, has attracted a number of faithfuls for individuals to experience religious benefits and broaden their understanding of Allah. We have a report.
The Jalsa Salana Convention has organized the 56th convention of the Ahmadiyya community in England. Despite the COVID-19 pandemic, the Ahmadiyya community has gathered to embrace the convention. Different guests from Tanzania, Uganda, Nigeria, Ghana and Gambia embraced the convention, hence going beyond every doubt that it is a divine community with over 30,000 guests. Proceedings of the annual convention were kicked off by raising of the Jalsa Salana flag by the head of the Ahmadiyya community worldwide, Hazrat Masrol, and recitation of the Ahmadiyya poems.
उसे हम सब जानते हैं, यानी अपने दीनी इल्म और मालूमात को वसी करना, अपनी मार्फत को बढ़ाना, तकवा में तरक्की करना, आपस की मोहब्बत और प्यार और ताल्लुकात को बढ़ाना, हुकूकुल्लाह और हुकूकुल इबाद की अदायगी की तरफ तवज्जो देना, इशाअत इस्लाम और तबलीग इस्लाम के लिए अपने आप को तैयार करना और फिर अमली तौर पर उसे सरअंजाम देना.
Hazrat Masrul Ahmed, the head of the Ahmadiyya community worldwide, says there is need to keep an eye on the spiritual conduct and remember the vows made before the Almighty.
Well, I always love to be here, to attend the Jalsa. You can see the atmosphere. It's a serene atmosphere. It's a divine institution by itself, the Jalsa Salana. So it comes with all the serenity you can think of. It comes with all the brotherliness. You know, there's everything in Jalsa which is a break away from the contemporary type of life we have in the world, where peace is not there, the disturbances, religious animosities, cultural, political animosities. This is one of the very few places that in the world today, you go there, you find the serenity, you find brotherliness, you find love, you find affection.
The Jalsa Salana, the most significant of it is blessings, reformation. This is the time we can acquire knowledge, we can increase our spirituality. So we hope that these 3 days will be of great reformation and spirituality for all of us. And not only that, also our moral aspect of it. So we are very much pleased to be here and thankful to Allah Almighty for that.
He says it is obligatory to seek repentance, but also seek forgiveness from Allah. The Jalsa Salana conference is to take 3 days, ending on Sunday, 7th August 2022. Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
Vimba! Ni MTN Kabode Super as you pay mpola for this smartphone. Make calls, update your WhatsApp status, watch YouTube, and Google anything under the sun with 2 GB worth of data every month for 7 months. Simply make a small deposit of 99k and pay the balance mpola. You can pay in daily, weekly, or even monthly installments while you enjoy your new phone. So what are you doing today? Visit any MTN shop near you and get the MTN Kabode Super easy.
Getting a birth certificate is as easy as 1, 2, 3. 1. Get a birth notification record stamped by a medical officer from a medical facility where the baby was born, or from a sub-county chief if the birth occurred in the community. 2. Go to the nearer offices in your area and present the notification record, a copy of the parents' or guardian's national ID, and a bank payment slip of 5,000 shillings for citizens and $40 for non-citizens. 3. Apply by filing NERA Form 3 from NERA offices or download it from the NERA website www.nera.go.ug, a birth certificate will then be issued to you. Birth certificates to refugees born in Uganda are free of charge. This message is brought to you by NERA.
Enjoy more GBs for the same price on Airtel. Shareable using 2 Gabonais. We have increased GBs across all your favorite packs. Now, 4 GB is at 10,000 shillings and 10.5 GB at 22,500 shillings, all valid for a week. For the heavy data users, enjoy 24 GB at 50,000 shillings and 50 GB at 100,000 shillings, all valid for a month. Dial *175# or use the My Airtel app to buy these and more affordable weekly and monthly data bundles on Airtel, the smartphone network.
Uganda Land Owners Association welcomes you to the Land Use Exhibition, the first of its kind in Uganda. Do you want to learn how to use and earn from your land, or you need information on how to manage your land? Come and be part of this exhibition, which will start from the 31st of August to the 1st of September at Umasho Grounds, Nakawa Multipurpose Hall. Don't miss a session which will tackle land matters in board discussions at only 5,000 shillings. Small and large-scale business owners, you're invited to showcase your commodities. To be part of this exhibition, call 0701 111 401 or 0772 446 507. The Land Use Exhibition is organized by the Uganda Land Owners Association, sponsored by Uganda Broadcasting Corporation, UBC.
Hey guys, please let's have a brief meeting. See that? Calls, data, SMS, shareable among 5 people. What? And it includes free Airtel TV. Do you guys know what that means?
Means no worry.
Enjoy life worry-free with Airtel Smart Plans, shareable among 5 people. Use every day and pay at the end of the month.
They've also added Showmax. Oh.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. We take you into more news stories. Now, the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development is putting more emphasis on skilling and producing graduates who can compete favorably on the labour market. The Director of Labour and Employment at the Ministry of Gender, Martin Wandera, disclosed this while officiating at the international training for assessors and verifiers of the Directorate of Industrial Training at Nakawa Vocational Training College, Kampala.
At least 108 members of staff at the Directorate of Industrial Training have completed training in International Health and Safety Passport of Engineering Construction Industry Training Board at Nakawa Vocational Training College. The Director of Labour and Employment at the Ministry of Gender, Martin Wandera, says government is advocating for quality graduates that are responsive for the labour market.
Labour market has 2 sides. The demand and supply side. And institutions like Nakawa are responsible for ensuring that they train people for the market. However, if the supply side does its job very well and there are problems on the demand side, then all the effort by the education institutions, including Nakawa Vocational Training College, will come to naught.
Wandera says, with these international certificates, the employment of our graduates will increase as they can be employed both locally and abroad.
Earlier on, it was observed, and as I've also said, that many Ugandans are seeking employment abroad. However, because of lack of international certification, many of them find themselves in low productivity, low wage employment.
The Director of Industrial Training, Dr. Patrick Piakatonda, says more staff will be equipped with international practical skills.
Hopefully my students, the ones of Rugogo, Nakawa, don't fear international. International might be simpler than even the national one. So you should never miss the jobs because the fever, we want international qualification, international qualification. Now here we have prepared the people, not only nationally, but also what? Internationally.
The principal Naka Vocational Training College, Fred Mwanga, calls on Ugandans to embrace training for internationally recognized certificates.
We could not meet the needs, for instance, of the oil and gas sector, like we have heard from PAU, that we don't have the requisite qualifications, skills to work in the petroleum, the oil and gas sector, and therefore the need for international accreditation. So I'm happy that the coming of this issue of international accreditation has helped us to realign our training to make sure that it meets the international standards.
Health and safety, and the reason as to why we did this training was to create awareness around us in health and safety. I mean, we are an organization, and each and everyone is supposed to understand health and safety. How do we guard ourselves when we are at our workplace? How do we relate with one another when we are at our workplace? Therefore, this training by ECITB, it has helped us to embrace ourselves as individuals, to understand how we are supposed to work around each and everyone.
Sandra Kahonde, Henry Muganga, UBC News.
In another development, market leaders from different markets across the country have cautioned traders to desist from wrangles and concentrate on their work for development. A detailed story from Ivan Juko.
Wrangles and scuffles are common occurrences in almost all markets across the country. It's for this reason that market leaders across the country, under their umbrella body, Uganda Markets and Allied Employees Union, have gathered at a convention to address these issues. They were also trained on the essence of saving with the NSSF in preparation for their retirement. The chairman, Uganda Markets and Allied Employees Union, John Baptist Kalema, attributes the challenges to failure by traders to choose their own leaders.
I'm happy that the NSSF can come plan, but as a union we also have a plan encouraging them. This could be part of their social setting, because some good money. For how long are you going to work in the
Winnie Twin, a presidential advisor on market affairs, however, said the habits are ignited by those who interpret the president's messages.
Especially in the campaign, whereby president's directives are not implemented well, some people have much challenges, e.g. people are misusing the president's name to the self-gain, like people
And now in the world of sports, Uganda's national netball team, the She Cranes, has written history after completing 5th at the ongoing Commonwealth Games. Our reporter John Barnes Sentamu comes to us from the World Sports Arena in Birmingham, where the She Cranes edged South Africa.
Well, Uganda just completed a stellar day down here at the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham. It's Uganda 54, South Africa 48 in the netball to decide 5th and 6th. For the first time ever in the history of Ugandan sport, a team at this level finishes in position 5. More of these details will come to you later in our subsequent bulletins. I'm John Barnes Sentamu for a while.
Uganda
Well, congratulations, She Cranes. In other sports news, Kampala Amateur Volleyball Club NSSF tournament has bounced back in high spirits. Almost 3 years since the last contest, the return of this prestigious tournament has attracted a total of 26 volleyball clubs from Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, South Sudan, and the Democratic Republic of Congo. The three-day tournament will see the top 16 men's club and 10 women's clubs in the region go head-to-head for the title. The tournament will be without the men's defending champions, Kenyan homegrown club, due to the forthcoming general elections in Kenya. The Uganda Volleyball Federation is expecting the tournament to be a showcase of great volleyball talent in the region. It also hopes to use this as a pre-season preparation for the Uganda League happening later this year.
We are holding a tournament after 2 years because of the impact of COVID, and we are happy for the teams that have traveled to come and participate, and we are also happy for our local teams that have also come to participate. We're trying to identify talent. At the same time, individuals are getting exposure. There are scouts around who are interested in getting to pick good players they can take to other clubs.
When we see the call-up from the international community and we see these clubs coming to Uganda to play the games, it is a plus to us, since we are just reviving the activities of the federation within the country post-COVID. So we think it is something very good to see the international people come, as we are on our route to do what? To bring in the quality of the game within volleyball.
We have this unity as East Africa, and being able to showcase our talent from all over East Africa it's really great. It's amazing.
The last time we played this tournament was in 2018. Then COVID came and affected us. Though this time around, as the defending champion, we are ready to compete, and to compete we must actively focus and meet our mission, then we win the championship as the defending champions.
And that brings us to the end of our lunchtime bulletin. Thank you for being a lovely audience. My name is Wadulo Mark Arnold. Stay tuned for more news in our subsequent bulletins. Have yourselves a lovely afternoon.
Get connected today with the My Airtel 4G smartphone and enjoy free data for 1 whole year.